Those of you that don't know me, I'm Tim Helbling. I'm the mayor of Mandan. The city of Mandan expresses our deepest condolences to the families of Robert Falker, Lois Cobb, William Cobb, and Adam Furr, and to the RJR maintenance and management owners, employees, and customers. Our thoughts and our prayers are with each and every one of you during this difficult time. We'd like to thank the emergency responders, including the Mandan Fire Department and the Mandan Police Department. I'd especially like to thank Deputy Chief Flayton, Chief Ziegler. Chief Ziegler is not only a great chief, but I consider him a super chief, one of the best chiefs there is. And one of the reasons I say that is he knows the strengths and weaknesses of his department. He's not afraid to reach out when he knows he needs help, needs a hand. And the interesting part about this case is, for the most part, the city of Mandan or the police department didn't have to reach out to any of these other agencies looking for help. It was volunteered. And that's an amazing part of what we have right here in North Dakota in our community of Mandan and Bismarck. It's been a difficult week for everyone involved, and we want to especially thank the public and the business community in Mandan and also the surrounding areas by providing valuable information to the police department. We'd also like to thank everyone for their support and their trust of our local law enforcement as they work tirelessly on this case. We live in a great community, and when adversity strikes, we all come together, and that is shown by the support that we have seen in this community all week. Please keep your thoughts and prayers with the victims and their loved ones during this difficult time. Be respectful. When you're on social media, remember there's always a human factor, whether you like to think about it or not. Our police, our fire department, our first responders, they all have feelings. Their families, the victims. Please be respectful. We'd like to thank everyone for everything that you've done. We'd like to thank the media. You played an important role in hopefully solving this case. And with that, I'd like to introduce Chief Ziegler.
Thank you very much, and thanks for being here tonight. After I'm done with this statement, I'm going to open it up for 5 minutes of questions, to be fair to you guys, so you guys can ask some questions. Just keep in mind also, this is still an active investigation, so some of those questions might not be able to be answered. So just keep that in mind. On April 4th, 2019, at approximately 7:46 p.m., Mandan Police Department arrested Chad Isaac, 44, of Washburn, on 4 counts of AA felony murder. On Monday, April 1st, 2019, at 7:29 a.m., Mandan Police responded to a medical call at RJR Maintenance and Management. Once on scene, officers found 4 individuals deceased. The victims had suffered stab wounds and or gunshot wounds. Many hours of video surveillance were reviewed by investigators, and a suspect's vehicle was identified. Further investigation led to McLean County Sheriff's Office locating the vehicle in Washburn. McLean County deputies conducted a traffic stop on the suspect vehicle and detained Isaac while a search warrant was executed on the vehicle. Evidence discovered on Isaac and in the vehicle provided probable cause to place Isaac under arrest for the murders. Even though an arrest has been made, the investigation is still going on. Investigators will continue to process evidence and gather information. At the present time, a motive for the crime is unknown. Mandan Police Department would like to extend our gratitude to our citizens of Mandan for their patience and trust in us. We would like to thank the extended community for providing the videos, the leads, the tips, and the offer for help. A special thanks to local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies that have offered their assistance to this entire investigation. At this time, please continue to keep the families and co-workers of the victims in your thoughts. We will continue to support the employees of RJR in their time of need. And that is my statement. I will open it now for questions and also be respectful to give people some time to ask other questions. So yes, sir, I'll go with you first.
Can you say what Mr. Isaac's connection to RJR was? Was he a renter?
It's still under investigation. I don't have that specific. That goes under the motive is really unknown right now. It was already broken that the trailer park was managed by RJR, but we don't know the connection with Mr. Isaac.
The trailer park where he lived?
That's correct. That was already in the news. You guys already broke that earlier.
Are you looking for any other suspects in connection to this case?
Currently, right now, no, we are not.
At what point did you realize the vehicle or get a tip about the vehicle being in connection?
As I stated in my statement here, we went through a lot of video and on the surveillance video and tracking everything. We got pictures of the vehicle and were able to track it to where we found it in Washburn.
Do you know when that tip came in or when you guys started following?
It was a bunch of, that was early on Monday, once we started pulling the videos and we started getting leads to that.
Time and date of death, Chief?
That's going to be in the ME report, and we have not received the ME report, and that's also protected for 8 days after the autopsy, so that will be released when we can release it.
You recovered a weapon or weapons?
That's part of the investigation, sir. We're not at liberty right now to talk about the recovering of the weapons.
To clarify really quick, can you go over those charges again? Is it murder?
It is murder. It is 4 counts of AA murder.
How did the tips from the public help you guys out in this investigation and lead to this arrest?
It was actually very helpful. The citizens were giving us some very good leads to follow up. We did not look at any lead and say, this isn't valuable. And we appreciate everything that everybody put in and gave to us. The citizens have been just unbelievable, and they've been very supportive, and we thank them for that. Go ahead, sir.
Do you believe Mr. Isaac targeted all 4 victims, or did he maybe target 1 and the other 3 just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time?
That's part of the investigation. We're still going on looking at different things.
You mentioned that motive is unknown right now. Do we know if this was a crime of passion?
That again, it's still, when I say motive unknown, the motive is unknown. We're still looking in that and investigating that at this time.
There was heavy police presence in Washburn last night. Did that have anything to do with this?
That was a complete separate incident with that semi-truck. That was not our investigation.
Can you talk about, BCI was on location yesterday, at least in one different area other than the RJR building. Can you talk about some of the other locations or looking for other locations here in Mandan?
We were following up leads, and when we had good leads and we had stuff that we wanted to look into, and whenever you get those and you're following those leads up, you want to make sure we are doing our due diligence to make sure that all evidence that was out there was collected, and they were out there collecting evidence.
Do we know anything else about the suspect at this point?
Currently, at this time, I'm not going to release any more information than the suspect's name and that he's been arrested and what his charges are.
Are we expecting him to be in front of a court, in front of a judge soon, tomorrow maybe, or?
That's
next
the
week?
protocol. I'm not sure what the judge's schedules are going to be and how that's going to go. That's going to be something they're going to have to figure out through the court process.
Was he arrested without incident, and did he give any statements to police?
He was arrested without incident, and as far as the statements, that's part of the investigation right now, so we're not going to make comments on that.
Where is he being held currently?
He's currently being held at McLean County Jail.
Will his initial court appearance be here in Mandan?
That I don't know. I'm not aware of where the court appearance is going to be. That's going to be set up through the court process.
You talked about this still being an active investigation, obviously. What are the next steps for you guys in this investigation?
Putting everything together, and so we can get prosecution on this and bring Mr. Isaac to justice. I'm going to let you guys have one more question, and this is going to be done. Go ahead, Renee.
Are you closing the 24-hour tip line at this point?
We have had that discussion. I will go back and take advisement from my staff on that, and if we don't close it down tonight, it will probably be shortly closed down, so I want to take advisement and see, because some community members might still have information out there that helps us with our prosecution of this case. So just because we've got them doesn't mean this case, this is far from over. It comes the long process of prosecution. You want one more question, Danny? I'll give you one more.
Thank you.
You're very
Okay,
welcome.
So let's talk just about how quick the quick response by law enforcement. It's been a little bit over 72 hours, and you guys already have a suspect in custody and charged with 4 counts of murder. what does it say about our law enforcement and just kind of the response time and how quickly detectives did work in order to have somebody in custody?
Thanks, Danny. This was a complete team effort. We couldn't have done this without the support from all those agencies that came in. It was really humbling to see people reach out, the phone calls I got from chiefs and sheriffs and, federal people and everybody just wanting to help us to assist to get this guy. And so as a team, when they came in here, they didn't try to take over. They asked us how could they help. And they did what we asked them to do. Our detectives led this entire investigation, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. They did awesome. I'm blessed to have the team around me that I do. And, I always say that it's not me, it's my people. We are good because they do the job that they were sworn to do. And I appreciate everything, every last bit of effort that everybody put in this case. I also appreciate you guys. I hope you guys understand where we're at with the investigations, and I hope I gave you the information you were looking for over the past several days. And it's just really a good thing how we all came together on this. So I appreciate asking that question, Danny. I appreciate it. So at that, I'm going to stop this interview, and thank you guys and have a great night.